Like, let me see if I can zoom you all in. Girl, she is zoomed and boomed, honey. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but I just think that, wait a minute now. Yeah, I think this side just looks smoother. Is it just me? Girl, let me know. Oh, girl, let me have that lens. Okay, girl, let me get it out for picture. Hi guys, Natural Bombshell here, and welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to show you the new BareMinerals BarePro 16-Hour Powder Foundation. I'm going to do a review, tutorial, comparison using the new formula versus the old formula. Now, I will say I have both formulas on. Can you tell which one is the new? Can you tell which one is the old? Girl, don't judge my lace, girl. I ain't glued down. I ain't have time for all this. So let's digress and bring it back. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey. On my channel I talk about beauty, fashion, natural hair, my life as a plus size model, and so much more. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure you click that subscribe button, that like for a thumbs up, and also click that, girl, what else you gotta click? It's just so much. Subscribe button, like button, oh, and the notification bell, so you're notified each time I post. So, as you know, I worked for BareMinerals as a beauty ambassador, which is just kind of like their makeup artist. I no longer work for the company, so this is not affiliated with BareMinerals. All reviews are my own. I purchased this with my own coin. I also have a tutorial on the old formulation, just when I was using it, and other BareMinerals things. I know a lot of people come to my channel because they like to see BareMinerals on a darker complexion. Melanin, hashtag melanin popping. Okay, so if you are interested in any of that, I will leave the playlist below or somewhere up here so that you can look at more tutorials. Without further ado, let's get into it. So for this foundation, I'm just going to read off some of the claims before we get into it. It says it's 16 hours full coverage, visibly even skin tone and texture over time, absorbs oil and controls shine for 24 hours. New pressed powder foundation is talc free, visibly improves skin over time. Can be applied wet or dry. That's something that I was not aware of, and I never used the old formula wet, so I'm going to try this one wet and dry. And I'm going to do one side with the new formula and then the other side with the old formula. Okay, so we are going to do the new, I have the color medium deep 45 warm. I tried deep 50, which was supposed to be the equivalent to, I guess, chai. It was too dark and too red. What I can tell with BarePro is that BarePro to me was that line when they first came out with it, was like very brown girl, black girl, dark skin friendly. The undertones were yellow, were, you know, olive. So if you're a woman of color, BarePro to me alleviated all the concerns that people had with BareMinerals, you know, color issues. It looked too pink, I look too ashy, I look too orange. But with these new formulations, girl, and since they cancel hazelnut, girl, I don't know, it seemed like regressing back to them, you know, pink, orange colors. But I'm gonna see how this works. If this isn't it, 50 neutral may work for me. I don't know. But yeah, so let me just compare the ones that I have. So this is the color Hazelnut that I use now. This is the color, girl, medium deep 45. Now sometimes powders, and especially mineral powders, when they mix with your oils, they tend to get darker. So I'm gonna try to make this one work, girl, but we don't know. Looking a little. So I basically have, I'm going to apply with a brush. I basically have the same two brushes for It Cosmetics, so I can just, you know, apply with the formula. I also have a damp sponge, so I can try and apply it wet as well. Do I need to wet just a little bit more? I don't know. So I have hyperpigmentation right here, girl. We ain't even gonna talk about it. Acne, time of the month, scarring, whatever. So I am going to try the, just gonna swatch with my finger just to see if it's even my color. I don't think it's gonna be, but girl, if it's not, disregard the color. What am I doing? Okay. So let me just add some dark right here. And even with my hand, it's doing a pretty good job of covering it. You know what? This might be my color. And then as you can see, hazelnut. Yeah, to me, just applying it with my finger, I feel like the old formula is giving me more just full coverage right off the bat. But let's see. I'm gonna clip this hair back. Okay, so I'm gonna use the new formula on this side of my face. Let me try to use it wet first. And I just have a wet damp sponge and see if that'll give me, oh, okay. Okay, do I need to zoom y'all in? Hold on. Okay, I might like it wet then. Oh, child, I didn't even prime my face. Hold on. Yeah, this is looking a little red, pink on me. Girl, let me wipe this off because I ain't even primed my face. Girl, I'm all over the place. Hold on. So for my primer, I'm going to use the Becca Evermatte in my T-zone. This is kind of like my go-to primer for a T-zone. Like that's it. The next primer I'm going to use is the BareMinerals Blemish Remedy Primer. I really like this consistency of this primer. To me, it's not really mattifying, but it does give a very nice finish. So going with that, not that much. So now that my face has been primed and prepped, I'm going to go in with the BarePro 16 hour. This is a new one in medium deep 45 warm. And right now I'm using a damp sponge. And I'm going to do this side with the new formula and the other side with the old formula. It's giving a really nice coverage, not cakey at all. Let me just take a brush now. Let's see. There is a lot of kick up with the brush, so I think I would probably like using it with a damp sponge. Yes, and I noticed with using it wet, I'm getting more coverage. So as you can see, I have a little darker right there. With the brush, I will probably use it maybe if I wanted to use it as a finishing powder, because it's not giving me as much coverage as it is when I'm using a damp sponge. So I think this side I'm gonna use a, yeah, girl, this sponge, I ain't gonna lie, this sponge kinda hit. Why is it in the middle of my forehead not covering? That's so odd. Did I not put in a primer right there? Like, it's so odd. Do you see that part is not covering? I don't think, did I put any primer? It's not a scar or a patch, girl. What is it? But this is the area I have the most like issues with my skin, like right there in the well, not skin really issue, but makeup adhering, like right here. It's so odd. Okay. And then I'll just, it is a lot of kick up. In the old formula, I don't remember it being this that much kick up, and we'll see. But and I'm just using the It Cosmetic. This is called the Brilliant Mineral Buffing Powder Brush. Okay, so here is the side with the new Bare Minerals powder, and then this is the side with nothing. So it has evened out my skin tone. This color doesn't look so bad. I mean, it looks a little warm. I mean, it is called medium deep warm. So it does look warm. It doesn't really look ashy. And usually with mineral foundation, usually after like 45 minutes, when it mixes with your chemistry and with your natural oils, it tends to look better. So yeah, I will say I like it with the damp sponge better than I do with the brush, because I just get more coverage. To me, the brush would be good again if you have maybe liquid foundation and you want to use this as a finishing powder. But if you want the most color coverage, use it wet, and you don't have to worry about as much kick up. So see how they diffuse that dark spot right there, and it's wet. Yeah, I like this better as a wet formula. It's not looking cakey. I don't really have dry patches, so I can't say it's clean with dry patches, but yeah, it looks nice, airbrushed. What do you all think? Okay, so let's use the next formula, or the old formula, which is my color Hazelnut. Let me just see if this, I don't ever recall using this wet, but let me just see if it works. Girl, because it does work wet. I'm like, girl, what have I been missing? Girl, look at that color. Girl, see. This was bad here. This is actually, it's so odd. I think with the old formula, I get more coverage with a brush, because with this damp sponge, I don't feel like it's giving me as much coverage. But when I just swiped it and put it on my face, I feel like I got more coverage from the old formula. But with the damp sponge, I feel like I'm getting more coverage with the new formula. So let me go in with the brush. Oh, this has kick up too. But I feel like the other one has more still. See, look, I feel like I'm getting more coverage with the brush with this old formula. And plus with powders, I like the buff anyway. I love the buff powders in. So I guess even if I do use with a wet sponge, I still will buff with the brush after I apply it. Because I just think powder melts better in your skin when you buff it. Especially mineral powder. Now these are pretty much the same color. They don't look the color in the pan, but on my skin they come across. It's the same color. I still like the old color Hazelnut better than the new color. But I will say, if you are my color, now I'll list some other foundation shade references below. I would recommend the Medium deep 45 warm. I think that, let me see if I can zoom y'all in some more. Oh, y'all better be all up in my business. Don't mind my lace, y'all. Don't judge my life. I feel that the new side does look smoother than the old formula. Because I have, you know, I don't have necessarily large pores, but I do have, we all have pores, girl. And I noticed that on the side with the new formula, my pores look smoother than the old formula. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you can tell, but I still like the, no, I like the new formula's smoothness and coverage better than I like the old formula. But I like the old formula's color in hazelnut. But they could discontinue that, period. You may can find it like Marshalls or something like that. So I'm going to go in and finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back with the final look. Well guys, this is my final look with all of my products. I use things that are tried and true to me. That way I can know, like, you know, if I like this powder, how it's working. So I'll probably come back in, let's say, maybe like 6 to 8 hours and do a final assessment, or give you my final thoughts on the new BareMinerals BarePro 16-hour product. Again, this is the side with the new formula, the 16-hour formula. This is the side with the old formula. Now, I will say, after I put everything on, and I'll have all the products listed below, and I'll probably have a separate tutorial on how I got this look, just, you know, more detail, but this is just about the powder. But everything together with the products that I like, they did come together well, and it you know, it really looks nice. Yes, so I will say right off the bat, at first application, I do think the new formula has a more smooth thin. Yeah. So now this is me zoomed. Girl, she is zoomed and boomed, honey. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but I just think that, wait a minute now. This is the old. Yeah, this is the old. Okay. So yeah, I think this side just looks smoother. Is it just me? Girl, let me know. Oh, girl, let me have that lens. Okay, girl, let me get it out the picture. What do you all think? I don't know. Let me know. So I'll come back in like 6 to 8 hours and give you my final thoughts and review in comparison on the new BareMinerals BarePro 16-hour foundation. Hi bombshells. So sorry I lost my footage at the 6 to 8 hour mark, but as you can see, I did take a picture. Girl, I switched my wig. That's neither here nor there. But this is probably at the 4 hour mark. I could really start seeing my oils peek through, more so at the 5th to 6th hour mark, and I did blot. Now with the new formula, the pros, I do love the fact that, to me, it has a more smooth finish than the old formula. I also like the fact that you can use this wet or dry. When I use this wet with a sponge, as you saw in the tutorial, it definitely had a more full coverage finish. It also did a good job, like I said, of controlling oils. The con about it is the color. I think the old formula hazelnut, which is no surprise there, is my perfect match. So I may play with the colors in this a little bit more, but so far the 45 warm deep is the color that I use, and it's closest to what I could find that worked for me. Now with the old formula, I like it, but I don't think that it has a smooth finish or fuller coverage with a sponge like the new formula does. Well, that's it, bombshells. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Natural Bombshell. And as always, go forth and prosper and stay safe.